One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. What's going down? Man, we in the building. We in the building. What's happening with everybody? Beautiful weekend, man. It is hot as I don't know what, boy. I feel like the desert outside. For real, for real, for real. I am attempting to download like one more video, man, that I just came up with. That it was so nice that I had to get it. So let me get it over here, and then I am going to I'm gonna download it. Let me see something. And then I'm waiting on my special guest, man. Cuzzo gonna pop up. She gonna pop up on me, and then we gonna talk a little bit. Yeah, okay. So the video downloading. What's happening with everybody, man? I'm really trying to push it today because it's 6 o'clock. Cuz has something that she really wanted to talk about, and then I had a few little things, what I mean, to get off my chest, man. Just really the weekend. Rest in peace to Uncle Marshall, man. Jackson. We buried him. Got a chance to see some family. Jackie was in town. My brother Randy was in town. I missed Cheney. She was somewhere in town. I missed her. Um, but overall, just being with family, man, and eating, breaking bread, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It was really cool. So, you know, unfortunately, under the circumstances, somebody said it to me too. We seen each other yesterday and we gave each other a hug. It was like, dang, man, we got to stop meeting up under these circumstances. And I understood what he meant. He was just like, it seemed like every time we see each other, it's at a funeral. And so I just hit that. Let me see something. I gotta turn my Facebook back on. All right, let me see. I am doing a whole lot. Y'all just bear with me real quick. All right, so there we go. Yeah, that Facebook like is it helped, I guess. But yeah, so what it is, man. We had Uncle Marshall's funeral yesterday, and so uh, rest in peace to Uncle Marshall. Josephine, we love you. Um, we gonna definitely try to tag team the situation, man, where people get by there and check on you if you need anything. Um, you just call us and let us know, man. And so it was a lot of family that came out and supported, man. And so when I was doing this today, I was just thinking, love your life. That was heavy on my heart. Uh, Last week we had the family reunion, so I spoke a little bit about it. But what I was basically saying, like, man, like, listen, um, sometimes, man, you just gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta roll with the punches, man. Life will throw you a curveball, man, and if you ain't ready, you know what I mean? Uh, it'll get the best of you. I got one person on deck. Somebody I see. It'd be like, it's so many people that be watching the bare truth. Like when the podcast is over with, man, we be like at 100 views. You know what I mean? And I don't be seeing y'all on the chats, man. So why y'all scared to step up on the chat thing and talk, man, and share your opinions, man? The more of y'all that get involved, the more conversation we can have. But like last week, we we had the family reunion, and then after the family reunion, I mean, well, the bad news of the family reunion was that Uncle Marshall passed, and so we still had the fish fry. We still did that in his honor, and came over to the house. And then this weekend, man, it went down. We buried Uncle Marshall. Happy birthday to Lil Devin, man. What's up, my dude? Lil Cuz, hope you enjoy your day. Shout out, blessings to you. Um, I'm not for sure of the young lady's name, but if anybody been seeing like the little skits that Cuz has been doing, uh, not Cuz, I don't know why I call her my Cuz. Just family, just good peoples. Michelle Guy has been doing. Her daughter got married, so the mother of the bride, they are in Mexico. And so they've been posting. Check out Michelle's and check out Michelle's story. They've been having a blast down there. They've been dancing. They've been doing their thing, and so it's been kind of cool to watch and see what's going on with that. That's got to be a beautiful thing to see, like your child, get married. And so once you cross that line, man, um, she belonged to that dude, and not that, don't mean that in like a bad way, but it's like when you get married, you know what I mean, your wife or your husband, your significant other, that's your everything. God first, then your significant other, man. And so sometimes, that's got to be a situation because I got two daughters. And so I guess like when they find somebody to love and they do decide that they want to get married, you know what I mean? It's like there's no more. I can love her as a daughter and I'm still going to be a father, but what I mean, you took on that man's last name, and so hey, that's you, that's your life, and so that's one of the reasons too that I did today. Like, love your life, man. And so if you've seen the commercial, it was like, love God. You gotta love God first. If you don't love God, then you tripping, you know. And not to say those who don't believe in God, like so, if you atheist or you just, you don't believe in God, then I ain't trying to take a shot at you or disrespect you, but I'm saying for those of us that claim to love God, bro, sis, listen to me. If you say you love God, man. Get to know Him, have a relationship with Him. Don't just be saying I love God and pray for me and do this and that, and you ain't concerned about what God is talking about, what He trying to do in your life. You know what He want for your life. You dig what I'm saying? People be talking about they love God and they be out here straight wrecking themselves, destroying yourself, man. So listen, when you say I love God, really love Him because we know He love us. You dig what I'm saying? All right, I see some of my comments over here, but this was from Messenger. But then also, you gotta love your life. You know what I mean? The life that you was given. You only get one life on this side of the planet. You dig what I'm saying? Like in the flesh. I don't know how many people believe it. Then this, I've been doing a little bit of this in like the Bible study, but um, we all got a spirit person, and so it's like this right here. We live on this side where God, formed the man out of the dirt. Then He said He blew into his nostrils and he became a living being. And so what we seeing right now is the flesh. But when God blew into the man's nostril, he became a living being. What the Bible was basically saying is that God blew His spirit into man. And so when it's over with, you're gonna have to give an account for this spirit that's inside of you. And so, but in the fleshly side, this right here, you only get one of these, B. You know what I mean? And so, uh, I was talking to my parole officer the other day. Oh, matter of fact, so listen, I go see my parole officer, right? And so I had to do like a piss drop. And so one of the officers that, you know what I mean, I guess parole officers or something, he take me in the bathroom and, you have to piss in his cup. What's up, Katie Mac? Okay, Cuz might be coming back. I'm gonna try to get Cuz in here. I see her in there if I can hear her voice. But listen, and so when he gets me into this room, right, and we get ready, he gives me the little cup and he says, when I piss in the cup, he say, is there anything that I need to warn her about? I guess he was giving me a chance to be honest. He was basically saying, if there's anything that's going on inside this cup, what I mean, let me know so I can let her know. Let's not BS each other. And I'm like, nah. I'm like, man, I don't do drugs. And you know what I mean? And I wasn't saying it like, you know, to people who might be like 420 friendly or whatever, to each his own, whether you pop pills, whatever you do, it's your life. The moral of the story is this right here. Um, I love life and I don't want to damage myself. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense to you. You know what I mean? Now, to each his own, to what you put in your body or what you feel like you can control or what you can't control. But I know that when I was out in the streets doing my little thing, it don't necessarily have to be in the streets, but like when I was drinking, I was going overboard. And so when I go overboard, I made bad decisions. You know what I mean? Anybody could tell you that, like, when you like buzzing, like with Bear buzzing, Bear one of the coolest people on the earth, or like sober, dude. You know what I mean? He doing his best out here. He on his own little mission. He on his own little lane. He doing his thing. But when I was drinking, you know, it would like downward hero spiral into like something else, like the snowball effect. It'll start off small, and then next thing you know, a whole night of drinking without eating. Next thing you know, you gotta wake up. You either facing a judge or you gotta apologize to somebody about something dumb you done did because I couldn't control my alcohol. Alcohol controlled me. So the best thing I could do was just stop drinking. You dig what I'm saying? Make it make sense. I mean, if I can't control it, stop drinking. That's just like, man, listen, if you're around somebody and you and this person don't get in along, why do you keep coming around this person? You dig what I'm saying? It says no video feed, cuz so pretty soon you'll pop in. Sometimes they be telling me that you have to use a different provider. So let me see if I can hear her. Um, yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try to pop her in. We're gonna talk. Just stay backstage real quick, cuz, and let me do this, and then I'm gonna try to pop her in, and we're gonna see if we can hear her. But listen to this: if you got a situation with a person, and you and this person ain't getting along, and y'all know that y'all can't get along, and once you come to this agreement that, hey, me and you ain't good and we ain't healthy for each other, you don't keep coming around that person. You dig what I'm saying? You dead the relationship. Hey, I wish you the best. Hopefully they'll wish you the best. You dig what I'm saying? But then you split. You got to do your thing. They got to do their thing. And that's how it's got to be with like certain habits. Like when you love your life, you dig what I'm saying? Anything that's not good for your life, you got to separate from it. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, ain't no sense of me still messing with this bottle. And every time I go overboard and I get over drunk, I do some stupid, you know what I mean? I make a bad decision and I do something stupid. So it ain't no blaming on the alcohol. No, some people can handle alcohol and some people can't. It's just a proven fact. Bear Truth can't handle the liquor. So why, you know what I mean? Ain't no sense picking up the bottle. At the same time, um, cigarettes, that didn't do me no good. The only thing they did was make me tired. You dig what I'm saying? And make me sluggish. Weed made me sluggish. You know, I would smoke, but then, you know, once I get high, you know, you might think of some cool rhymes, you know, like maybe write some songs. It might stimulate your mentality for like a second. But when it comes down, all of a sudden you just eating a bunch of stuff and now you sluggish. Man, I ain't finna put that back in my system, B. I'm straight. And so if you feel like you can handle your life with yours, then God bless you, to each his own. And so when we say love life, that's all I'm saying, man. It's like certain things that ain't good for me, I'm not gonna do it. And the other part that I was talking about was love your family. You gotta have a healthy mutual love for your family, man. You know what I mean? You got people that's out here like, for instance, we all gotta pull together for Marcus. Chesney and Josephine, they just lost Marshall yesterday. And man, shout out to that little cuz, his granddaughter who did the speech at the funeral yesterday. I think that was Yvonne's daughter, Yvonne and Chesney's daughter. I found out like later on. But man, she was so well spoken, man. I wish I would have recorded that and played it back for you because she shared a part of her relationship with Marshall, with her grandpa, and she told it and it was so sincere. And then at the end, you know what I mean, she kind of broke down, she got teared up, and you can kind of tell, like, you know, she missed her pawpaw. And when she started off, it was full of life, she was just reading it, and then it like hit her, you know what I mean, like it's gonna be hard because Uncle Marshall was a good dude to a lot of people, man. And so, you know, rest in peace, man. We're gonna miss him. But this is the time where you have to love family, you know what I mean. You're gonna have to like really get in the trenches with Aunt Josephine. You know what I mean? She's gonna be going through some things, and like I told her, you know, I work at Heinz, and I'm like 4 minutes, 5 minutes away from her. So as soon as I bend the corner and come down the road, I'm right down the street from the house. And so you dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna just, you know, hit her and let her know if you need anything, I can shoot around to Quick Star. I can go down to Casey's. I can go anywhere in the radius and get something and bring it back to you. You dig what I'm saying? You said that was Emily. She's an amazing young lady. Emily? Yeah, she spoke. Yeah, Heather was like telling me. She spoke yesterday, man, and she was just talking about her pawpaw. And man, you know, she got emotional at the end. But man, she did such an amazing job, and you know she was young, you know what I mean. So it's good to see people stand up and speak, you know what I mean, even though it's a tough situation. Love your family, man. Stick by your family, man. And even when they're going through the trenches, my little brother, he going through it like right now. I told y'all a little bit about him, and so right now I'm keeping him in prayer. And then when it's time for him to go through his thing, you dig what I'm saying, I'm gonna try to get back down to nap and be right there for him. You know, that's how we gotta do. And then love people, you know. If I could tell you anything, love people. uh so many times, man, we be out here, man, and we be on missions, man, and we be hating. and we always got so much bad stuff to say about somebody, or it's something negative. And I'm victim of it too. Not victim of it, but I'm guilty of it. You dig what I'm saying? Whether I'm a victim of somebody, that don't like the new life that I'm living. But it's so easy to run into like people who you think is not, living up to par pertaining to your status of living, and you think like, ah, man, they this and they that. And it's just like, man, just try to figure out a way to love them. I used to do this in the joint, man. It's like, sometimes you'll see some people, and a lot of times I just have to say, God, listen, you gotta love this person through me, because right now I don't like being around these people. Sometimes you gotta work with them. Sometimes you gotta live with them. Sometimes they just immediate family. It's like, man, they got the funkiest personalities and funkiest attitudes, and it's just like, fam, you are hard to love. It's like, man, you really, really make it you make it hard for people to even want to be around you. If anything, somebody want to hit you in the face with a brick or something. Nah, don't do that. You dig what I'm saying? But it is what it is, and it be like that sometimes. And so I don't know where yo went. Hopefully, you come back, yo. I was just trying to get the options out there because I want you to speak on them. And then she's got something that she want to talk about that's kind of heavy on her heart, and so we want to try to figure this out. So, yo, I don't know where you at, cuzzo. Pop back up. What's been up with everybody? I see Katie on deck, Heather's on deck. I ain't seen you in a while. I seen you at the funeral, Heather, but you was on the stage and it was packed in there. It was wall to wall, man. I mean, everybody was in there and it was hot, and people was just trying to, get in there, man. I mean, by the time I got in there was no obituaries, anything. I got my cousin, yo, real quick. So we're gonna pop her in. Let's see if we can hear her, and let's see what's happening. I can hear you now, cuz. You said,
Man, look, we don't this man, I'm old or something wrong, man. I had to have this young lady get this thing on here. This about to make me have a drink. And I don't even drink.
yeah, for real. And see, sometimes when you talk to the restream, the assistants, they'll give you somebody that'll walk you through it. They say it's depending on what browser you use, and I'm like, I don't understand that talk, man. What is that? So
Man,
you
it
figured it
do
out?
cause I didn't figure out nothing. This baby figured it out for me. We got to have keep some young folks around to get stuff together.
Gotcha.
Cause baby, hey, we would have not been having. I said,
Listen,
oh my God,
I'm
I
trying.
said the whole podcast, and I'm not supposed to be on there. Like, what's really going on? Good evening, everybody.
What's happening with you, cuz?
Man, I'm good. I'm out here just trying to, relocating back to the Quad Cities, just trying to stay afloat. Get back into the community, doing what I do in the community, serving, filling bellies. So
Right.
that's all
So
I got going on.
how has the transition been thus far? I mean, I know when you got here we touched bases, but I mean, I've been working. So what's been going on? What you got going on?
Well, the transition has been, I'm gonna make it do what it does wherever I go. So the transition has been pretty smooth. Um, I am right now temporarily. There was a business in Durant that their chef is left and been gone for a couple of weeks, and they needed somebody to replace them. So I was hired on for a temporary position with them. I've been doing some consulting with some other businesses, helping them out with some things with some other food businesses, but doing a lot of consulting. So I'm getting ready to start the Culinary Consultant LLC so I can assist people with some of the things that they have going on within their businesses. So I've been doing that. If you go to Cafe Express on East Locust, their featured soups, the last 3 weeks have been soups that I've been preparing for that company. So that's what I got going on right now. And then, of course, getting ready for this culinary throwdown this year. So that's what I got going on.
Hold on, what is that though? The culinary throwdown. What is that?
Okay, so that was our main thing. So the culinary throwdown to raise awareness for sickle cell anemia,
Yeah. Okay.
2023. I've done them in the past. I stopped, of course, when COVID came in. I did something small before I left to move to Jackson, Mississippi, and I haven't done one since. So the culinary throwdown to raise awareness for sickle cell anemia is basically a day of just getting knowledge. So we have food and we have vendors, and everything that I do, I bring food. Food is the center, and I bring everything around it. Sickle cell is something that is not talked about a lot in this
Right.
area, even though we have a lot of people who suffer from sickle cell. And so it's something I like to bring awareness to. my own personal battles. I like to bring awareness to this, and it's something that we need to talk more about. We need to focus more on. We need to understand that sickle cell is one of the most unpredictable things that you could be battling on a regular basis, and we just need to know about it. So I surround a whole day around learning about sickle cell. We'll have a room with information. You'll be able to read different things about sickle cell. So what we do is culinary throwdown. I have different vendors, people that do any type of food or desserts and different things. So everybody will set up a station and they'll bring food in and everybody gets samples. So people make a donation coming in the
Right.
door and you got samples. We do raffles. This year we have face painting. Um, we have the Royal Drama Dance Team is going to perform. There will be a martial arts demonstration by Chris Jenkins and my son Shaquille.
Okay.
So it's a lot of different things. I just make it a day where there's a lot of different things going on, but the purpose is September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And so I want to focus on bringing awareness to sickle cell anemia. And this is how I do it. Food is what I do. I'm a chef. So that's how we bring awareness to sickle cells through that.
Okay. So listen, next month then we should just double back and then and talk about that and put some focus on that because we definitely got to bring awareness to
Yes.
stuff that people what I mean we kind of like overlook. Sometimes life gets so busy that you just you see people but you don't see people. You don't know what they
Yeah.
got going on in their inner battles. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so just like we did it for mental health, if September is the month of sickle cell, then let's do it. Do you got any
Yeah.
dates on when this throwdown is gonna happen?
Okay, so the Culinary Third Throwdown 2023 will be Saturday, September 16th, 321 West 8th Street in Davenport, Iowa. It's going to be an amazing day this year. It's going to be in honor of a young lady by the name of Mackenzie Johnson,
Okay.
and which is going to blow everybody's mind because she is actually white, but she did have full-blown sickle cell. It's a
Hmm.
young lady that I know, and so we will be doing it in memory of her this year. Her family will be coming up from Missouri, so we will be celebrating her this year. We have our celebrity chef for the year is Jonique Lockhart. Our
Okay.
celebrity sous chef for the day is Ron Epping. These both are just recent culinary students from Scott Community College. And also this year, we will be doing Sheroes and Heroes of the Community. And
Okay.
those Sheroes and Heroes of the Community that I have picked, the reason why I picked them is because they're Sheroes and Heroes in my life for what I do to serve the community. These people are
Right.
stellar in what I do. And when I say they are hard nosed, grounded, anything that I do, I can go to any of this list of people, ask them for anything, get anything I need to serve the community. And they're
Right.
behind the scenes heroes, and they need to be let known that I greatly appreciate the work that you do. I greatly appreciate everything that you've done to keep me afloat. There's one young lady who doesn't know she's on the list. Her name is Ronna Armstrong, and Ronnie is the aunt of, the mother of one of my nieces. But anyway, Ronnie is one of those people that she'd come to my kitchens on multiple occasions where I wasn't feeling well myself, where I was just literally I was having one, and she just come through, and I done prepared and started these meals for the community, but she always falls through. So I'm sitting in my office sick, and she come through and make sure everything happens. I got people that donate for straight years when I wasn't making any money and trying to get food and filling bellies. These people had my back. I wasn't making no money. There are days I would wake up and I'd have just money streaming into my accounts and just everything. And that is the love that as a community activist that I needed, and they showed it to me, they gave it to me. So it's my turn in the month of something that I fight every day to
Right.
show them that I love and appreciate them.
There it is. You know what I mean? And I that's so fitting with what I was talking about, love life. You dig what I'm saying? Because no matter what's going on, you gotta love it. You know what I mean? You only get one life, and sometimes life throws you a curveball, or sometimes people is dealing with like a sickness or an inner battle or something, or death of a loved one or something like that. And man, you gotta find out a way to handle that. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta figure
Sure.
out a way to not only like handle it but love it and deal with it face on. One of the things I learned like when I was in the joint, cuz it was just like anything that might have tried to bring fear to my life, I run straight into it. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna run straight into it. Either you gonna kill me or I'm gonna kill you. It's either
Really,
one of the
right.
two. You dig what I'm saying? It can't be no other, man. And so that's love what you're doing, not only for like sickle cell, but just for the community and doing stuff like that for people. You was when we talked, we was talking something else too about this. I think you got a friend. She's getting ready to bury her son. You know what I mean?
Oh,
What
well,
was happening with that?
she buried him this weekend, the same day we had our cousin. We had cousin Marshall's funeral. So
Okay.
we did a fundraiser to help her with money to bury her baby.
Okay.
Um, and I mean, I couldn't imagine being that mother. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
people, always like, well, you should have this and you should have that. Nobody expects to have to bury their baby.
Right.
Nobody under them conditions expects to bury their baby. So we did a fundraiser, chicken dinner. So we sold day of everything. So the community really did come through. Um, they really come through. And I don't know what was made. I never touched anything. All I did was prepare the food, and we got it sold. So
Right.
Octavia, she's actually does cakes she makes cakes. Young lady, So that's what we did. We got it together. So yeah.
Yeah, man, that's a blessing and stuff like that. That you're doing so many things. I'm gonna show this little video, and then I want you to speak on this, and let me see what you think about it. Give me one
Okay.
second. Check this out.
Friend, when you don't love your life, and I get it, sometimes it's hard to look at our lives and love it. I know some of us like, Lord, you woke me up this morning, I love that. But sometimes it's hard to look at the disappointment, the heartbreak, the pressure, the infertility, the pain, God. It's hard to love a life that I didn't ask for. I didn't want to be anyone's widow. I didn't want to bury my child. God, this grief, how do I love this life? I want to offer you this piece of hope. I'm not asking you to love your life. I'm loving you to love the life that comes when we are in partnership with Jesus. Because for some crazy reason, Jesus says, I can take your pain, I can take your disappointment, I can take the heartbreak, I can take all the things you love, and I can use them and align them and show them to you in a way that I represent them, and I give you something to love again. Friend, just stay in the tension of being obedient to who you're supposed to be in God, obedient to taking care of yourself, obedient to seeing your worth and your value. Sometimes I don't believe it, but I'm going to be obedient to what God says. I don't feel fearfully and wonderfully made, but I'm going to carry myself that way because I want to be obedient to what God says. I want to embody what God says about me, even when it's hard for me to believe it myself, because I'm going to do it by faith. And when I do it by faith, I know that the Redeemer is going to help me walk this thing out.
You gotta start loving your life. Be comfortable in who you are. If you come from a family right now that's broke, use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage that I was a high school dropout, that I was homeless, that I ate out of trash can. I love dealing with a dude who think because he come from money, he better than me. Let's go. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. You gotta start loving your life.
When I you
Love
know,
that.
man,
Please.
listen. So when I seen both of them, I had to put them together because it was so true. And a lot of what she was talking about, you just spoke on it. You know what I mean? For as the lady who had to bury her son, or you dig what I'm saying? What happens when you go to a doctor, you find out you got sickle cell. You dig what I'm saying? Or some of these things that people come at, like, what kind of advice would you give somebody that might be going through something that, what I mean, they trying to find their foot or their traction and trying to figure out, like, how can I get this together, man? You know what I mean?
Well, I'll say this because that's me. I, I battle this daily, and most people don't know that. People that know, and sometimes I be sick. Like I had a heart attack in 2014.
Right.
I've had multiple surgeries. One of the last surgeries I had, they told my mama, we don't know if she's gonna make it through this surgery. I
Right.
looked at the doctor and I was high as a kite. I looked at the doctor and said, when I see y'all when they done. My faith in my trust is when I had my heart attack, I drove myself to the hospital. When I said I was sick, and I didn't realize how sick I was because I go all the time. And one of
Right.
my clients kept saying, "You look like you don't feel well. You look like you don't feel well." I said, "I'm fine. I'm fine." I wasn't fine. I wasn't fine. Like literally, I was in ICU for about 7 days. So I know that my trust in God, that when I tell people, people don't, a lot of don't know my story, and I don't tell people my business because some things just ain't your business. Folks really don't care. They just want something to talk about. When I
Exactly.
say that by God's grace, when I say that because of Him, that I am who I am and I'm where I am, in which I don't have a big car, big house, all of these things. But when I tell you He's blessed me with these
Whew.
hands, He's
Say
blessed me
that
to be
in.
able to serve these people. He's blessed me. Every time I turn around, He gives me something to give back. This gift as a chef is not mine. It's
Right.
to serve His people.
Yep.
So every step that I take, everything that I've overcome, every time I've come up off the hospital bed, every time as the executive chef at Springbrook Country Club, I ended up getting sick. I operated my kitchen from a hospital bed
Right. Mm.
because of His grace.
There it is.
So I say, because of His grace, trust Him. And if He gives you a little bit of inch to move, move. Because once He gives you that little bit of inch to move, He's going to give you that inch. He says, well, she's working with that inch, so let me give her a little more. She's
Exactly.
working with that half, with that half of whatever I gave her. So let me give her a little bit more.
Okay.
When you
Now
work
time
with
out. Hold on. Time out. Stop right there because you preaching. Listen, there was a nugget that you just dropped. When he gives you that little bit of inch and you use it, he gives you more. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people got to start recognizing that. Start using what God is giving you right now. You
yes,
dig what I'm
sir.
saying? Stop
Yes,
worrying
sir.
about what people is doing over there. And I gotta shout out somebody real quick because Justin Tacos just said that was dope. But guess what Justin did? When our church was going through something and we was having a fundraiser, Justin Tacos pulled up on the parking lot and served food, and everything that people bought from his truck, he gave it to the church. You see what I'm
That's
saying?
just my
This
man.
is
Well,
this
guess
is
where
what
I'm at
people
right
is
now?
doing. Right.
Well, guess where I'm at right now?
Yeah.
I'm at Justin's house because I just got through doing some stuff in his trailer for him. So
Right.
I couldn't get away from here to get nowhere to do the live stream. So his girlfriend actually is the one that got me on here because I couldn't get on the thing. So I'm with Justin right now because
Man,
I told him I was going to help him. He needed
salute.
some things, and I told him I'm gonna rub
Salute.
elbows with him. He's a good young man, and
Izzy. Man,
he worked.
Izzy.
Actually, he was in my kitchen for a while when I was over on Washington Street, and some things happened, and I had to relieve him, and it broke my heart because the young man worked so hard. And I told
Man,
him, just stay focused, baby. And he focused, baby, and he's on top of this thing. And he'd be like, he tickles me because he called me yo. He said, yo, I just. And I baby, just keep your head up and stay focused because you got this. You just gotta
yes.
hold that bull. That bull gonna jerk a little bit, but you hold that bull by the horns, baby.
Yeah.
Stay on top. It's gonna be all right. And
And,
so, he's a good young man. When I tell you he's a good young man, I love Justin, like he
right.
one of my own.
And only thing I can say to that is like just Blaze, hey, stay focused, bro, because you know something. I see that
So,
hunger. Like dude was saying that dog. A lot of people can say they do that. Do you got that dog? You dig what I'm saying? And dude be out there grinding. I see him even
for
before I
sure,
made it. Yeah, listen. One day I was trying to get some tacos and I couldn't make it because the line was so long. And then
yeah,
he's like, I'm gonna make sure you get some. And I pulled up on him at the church parking lot. And man, he blessed me. When I say fire, they
for
was
sure.
fire, man. And so I
Man,
got
for
a lot of
sure.
love for that young dude right there, man.
Yeah,
God
and
bless
I
him.
tell you, a good young man, good young man. Yeah, he really is. And I love the support that people give him and to continue because he's actually going to be one of my vendors for my sickle cell event.
Okay.
So a little bit how it works. Like I said, you pay a little donation, you come in, you can eat the food because everybody's giving you samples. Jonique is going to be my celebrity chef. I don't know what her meal is going to be. Ron is going to be a celebrity sous chef, so he'll be assisting in whatever needs. I'll tell you, the restaurants that's thus far, Cafe Express, Nest Cafe, Karma's Karma's cupcakes, Ken's ribs, and more. I'm so excited that my cousin's going to be a
Little
part of this.
Ken. Oh, hold on.
Ken,
Time out.
Ken,
Time out. Time out. Time
Ken's
out.
ribs and
Hold on.
more.
Hold on. You got time out. We talking about Ken Lee, right?
Yes, sir.
Now listen to this, right? So this is my man, 50 grand. I'm talking about. So we all work at that craft. So me and Vern Lee, we on the same grind crew. Ken
Okay.
just brought Ken just brought me some ribs Friday. So I hit him because I cut his hair. So this is how this go. Ken, I said, "What you got going on?" He said, "Man, I got some ribs and some chicken, and I got fries." I'm like, "I don't want no fries. I just want all meat." You dig what I'm saying? So
Thanks.
he brings me a platter because the ribs was so good. I got
I
sick.
already know.
Listen, I smashed them all in one sitting, and I didn't stop eating them to the point when I got done eating, my head, my stomach, and everything was hurting because they were so good. And not only that, but after we got off work, he came by and got a haircut and got his beard lined up. So hey, listen, I be trying to cut Ken hair for food. Like, listen, you
You
can get a beard
stupid.
trim and a bald head. You can listen, cause you can get cut up for food. You dig what I'm saying?
You is
So we got this thing
silly.
worked out. Like, man, listen.
Well, let me tell you, that's the one thing, and people think because I deal with food all the time that I eat constantly or get an opportunity to eat, but I be so busy a lot of times. And when I was in my kitchen on Washington Street, he'd be like, "Cuz I know you probably ain't ate nothing." Ken would come through, would have me a plate, and he had me a plate together and come and bring me stuff. So I'm a happy, appreciative, that there's people like when I tell you, fam, the love that has been showed from the community and the peace, certain people, it's overwhelming for me. You know what I'm saying? Just in
Right.
my return to the Quad Cities, I got people just like, "We can't believe, we're so glad you're back. You left a big void in the Quad Cities when you left here. We needed you. And we're glad to see you." Last night when we were at that VIP place,
Yep.
the young lady that went to school with my boys, she was like, her friend, she's like, "You don't know, that's Miss Yolanda." And so she grabbed my hand. She said, because everybody was tripping because I was out last night. Because
Right.
I don't do clubs and all of that, but I was out
And
last
you
night with my
looking
cousin.
good. You was out there
Thank
looking
you.
good. My
I
cousin,
was
what's up?
out with my cousin Sonia.
There it is.
So the girl grabbed my hand. She said, "Now, Miss Yolanda, do all these people that you serve and fill so many bellies and love on, do they know you out here in the club tonight?"
Mm.
And I giggled, baby. I said, "I don't know if they know I'm out here or not." She said, "I just want you to know that you're very special to a lot of people around here."
Right.
I've had multiple people approach me. "You don't realize the lives that you touch. Only way I can do this because God gives me the grace to touch those lives." You
There
know
it
what I'm
is.
saying? Nothing that I do is without His grace, and nothing that I do. People always hate to hear people say they're self-made. There ain't nothing that you did that you made yourself. You better believe you had something holding you up. And so even with the sickle cell
Say
event,
that.
that everything is coming together, all the vendors, all the donations. I just picked up a donation from Taranga's, Belle Bouvier Boutique, Jessica Rodriguez, all the donations for the raffles. My graphic artist, Susan Waddell, her husband's a golf pro. They're donating a golf certificate and stuff for raffles. So when I tell you I got good stuff coming, when I tell you this event is pulling together, I'm just grateful, for the people. And Ken said he's so excited. He can't wait to get there for the event. I got the River House Restaurant, Happy Joe's, just so many
Okay.
people that are going to pour into this. So this event, and so the
Hold on. Time
event,
out.
go ahead.
Time out. One more time out, cuz. Okay, we got Isis Holland shit. She just dropped like a little message. She's chiming in. She was like, "Catch me up. I heard sickle cell. My daughter has sickle cell anemia." Okay, so listen to this, Isis. This is my big cousin Yo Yo. September is the month of sickle cell awareness. So she's gonna have a culinary art throwdown where she's gonna have chefs and restaurants. They all gonna get together. People gonna come in, and when you come in the door, they're gonna make a donation to sickle cell. And then we got some people that we're gonna honor, somebody that she knows that's personal. So listen, go back, rewatch the page, catch up on what she's talking about, catch the dates, come out and support, bring your daughter out there and support. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be big. And we're gonna do
It's
something
gonna be
else though
good.
too, cuz when the months start, maybe we should like how we did the listen and learn Monday, maybe we should do that.
Right.
And anybody that's got sickle, so maybe Isis, if you want to come on here and talk about it with
As
your
a
daughter,
parent,
talk about as a parent what you go through, like the
yes,
medicines and stuff like that. I need people to bring awareness to it. So I need help. I don't have sickle sickle cell. But listen, the platform I will share with anybody who's dealing with it, that's got some help and some love to spread. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be Heather. It's in the month of September, so that's like a few weeks away. So
Yeah.
September we're gonna do sickle
And
cell. September.
well, and the flyer for the event comes out. Well, should be out by next week. The official
Okay,
flyer. When I tell
there
you
it
it's
is.
going to be a young man by the name of Abdur Howard, Danica
Okay.
Cunningham's son. He plays the violin. He's going to be a violinist that day.
Oh
He's going to play
man.
the violin that day. When I tell you the young man is amazing, so that's why I say it gives me chills in my body because to know the love that's going to come through this event is so much. So part of the proceeds from this event is going to go to a place called the Jackson Resource. When I was in Jackson, Mississippi, it was a place that, when I say it's one of the most phenomenal places that you could possibly, just blow your mind. People live there and you can live there permanently or you can live there and they help you get up on your feet. They feed them Monday through Friday. And how I got involved is Saturdays and Sundays they didn't feed. So that's where I got involved and was feeding and feeding the people and going down there, sitting with them while they eat and feed. So I want to continue to pour into that because that, when I say I can't, I can't even just give you the extent and the amazingness of this place. They have a barber shop and a beauty shop where they can get their hair done for free. They have
Wow.
access to every type. They have access to every type of thing that you need, like social security cards, or they help you get all this stuff. And then they have one of the houses that houses young pregnant women, and then they're getting ready to expand the program. And then they have people, they're going to have drug counseling and all that, and all of that. So
Now you said dang, September the 16th. That's gonna be on a Saturday, right?
yes
Okay.
sir.
Yeah, and what's the time? What's the time it's gonna be going down?
Time is going to be from 1 to 4 that day.
Okay.
um 1 to 4, and like I said, it's going to be an amazing day. My sickle cell events are always the bomb. um
Okay.
my cousin, Stacy Jackson, she does the centerpieces. She's done the centerpieces the last few years when I've had it for the tables. She does something amazing every year. I just got a group of powerful people behind me with this. So, and,
Okay.
and they
So
know because it's personal for me. So when
right.
it's personal for me, they make it good for me. And when I tell
But
you it's going to be good, and I would like to give you, and Lady DJ's Fashion and DJ's Fashions making donations, which they are amazing as well.
yeah,
I'd like to give you a few names. Well, names of some of the sheroes and heroes. We don't have a lot of guys on there, but we got some couples. There's a bank in Jackson, Mississippi, Candace Bank. They're amazing. They do so much. They've done so much for volunteer work for me in the community. Troy and Jonique Lockhart will be honored. Ella and Mark Donaldson, Stacy and Rodney Jackson. Some of the heroes: Dominique Singleton, Dominique Womack, Corey Jackson, Kermit Thomas, and a young man by the name of Josh Jefferson. And Josh doesn't live here; he lives in Jackson, Mississippi. But
okay.
seriously, he's already donated towards the event. Um, so some of our sheroes
You
are
know
living.
something that else that we could be doing. I'm just gonna just throw it out there just right now. Shoot, I could come down there if you want to. We could plug up the Clippers and whoever needed like a cut. You dig what I'm saying? We can donate that
I'm
to the
with it.
cause too, from one
I'm
to
with
four.
it.
You dig what I'm saying? And just
I'm
just
with
just
it.
give out cuts and then hey, make a donation to the thing. You dig what I'm saying? I can do
And see,
that.
and that's the thing for all the vendors that are going to be vendors. Vendors don't pay a vendor fee. There's
Right,
no vendor fee. You can come down there and sell anything. The only thing is you can't do any food. All food
right.
is on the inside. Vendors can come and sell whatever, and they don't have to pay a vendor fee. They just bring their own tables and all that stuff, and they make a small donation or something to the event. I don't
That's
request any
love.
vendor fee. That's a way for vendors or people to sell their stuff or promote what they're doing for free. You
And
can't beat it.
that's like reciprocating the love, like taking in the love and then giving it right back. Like if you letting
For
them come
sure.
down there and do their thing, but like if I mean we can figure it out. Let me put my
I,
stuff together. But I would like get the cuts and whoever get their haircut during that time, just donate it to the event. We'll just give it to the sickle cell cause. You dig what I'm saying? So
yep.
we're
So,
gonna work out the kinks, man. But I just I mean I like what you're doing. You dig what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
this
there's
is,
a lot of
like I
people
said,
that's trying
it's
to
a
get
lot.
some things in it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so some of our sheroes for the event are Linda Tucker, Linda Clark, Latanya Clark, Latrice Clark, Marta Lucas, Portia Blotch, Rhonda Getch, Nina Little, Lena Georgie, which is the owner of Cafe Express. When I say she's phenomenal with all these people that I'm giving you names, when I tell you Sugar Bear, I couldn't make it without them. Without their
Right.
support and without God putting them in my life to be able to do what I do to serve the community, I wouldn't be able to make it.
Right.
Arona Armstrong, Cheryl Bruce, the owner of Bruce's Furniture, Kathy Mays, Satoria Mays, and Dr. Kiera Mays,
Hmm.
Tanya Beck, Sheila Collier, Reed, she lives in Jackson, Mississippi. She's already made a donation towards the event. Tasha Thomas, Susan Waddell, and Kiera Williams. Kiera is my cousin. She lives out in Maryland. Susan Waddell is actually my graphic artist, one of
Okay.
my oldest friends. Her husband's the one that's the golf pro. When I say these people, like everything that I have done, if I need anything, Susan's on top of it. These people promote, they support, and they give me the strength that I need to continue to make it. Because some days I can't. There's days I get up, my legs won't even move. I can barely walk. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? There's days I get up where my body just is like, you can't today. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that people don't understand that sickle cell does to you. You know, you have them days. There's days you can't get up. There's days you can't walk. There's days that something's not functioning. There's people that have sickle cell that go months and years and never have a crisis. Nothing ever happens, and you can get up right now, walk from here to the door, and it collapses you in a matter of seconds.
Okay.
So it's something that people need to know. They need to hear. But these people, this support system that Black Pearl and Chefy Bear on Wheels does in this community, these people support. My mother is my biggest cheerleader. She's
Right.
not gonna come out and get no certificate. She ain't gonna let you say nothing. She might give me the whole business for even saying something about her on this podcast.
Right.
But my mother is I mean a twinkle I mean, twinkle in my eye, you know, when she supports, you know what I'm saying? And I will say Dr. Michelle Yates is 10 toes down with everything I need.
There it
She's
is.
not here, but these are people that like, just like their clients, their people, past clients, they're just my support. That's the rock that God gave me. When I say he gave me some, you don't have to have a lot. You just have to have the right ones.
There it is.
Portia and Rhonda, you know, when I'm serving meals and we're taking we're taking 600 meals across the community and we're going and setting up. They pulling up. For a time, I didn't have a car broke down. Community came to Cheryl Bruce and Miss Tucker and them came together. The community came together and brought me a car.
Right.
Miss Tucker again turned around. That car broke there. Come together. They got me another one. I might
That's
be the
God.
face. I might be the face of this. I might be the face of Chefy Bear. I might be the face of what goes on in this community, but you better believe this car don't ride without gas, baby. I got a whole list of gas because
I'm trying to
they
tell
fill
you.
that tank. These fill
Right.
that tank. Them men fill
There
it.
it
When I
is.
tell you Dominique Singleton,
That's
people
my
look at
guy.
Dominique. Dominique kind of hard, but Dominique Singleton's got one of the softest hearts. And when I say he loves your girl and he put in work, if I need it, I can call him at any time. Dominique Womack, baby, all I got to do is get on the phone and say, hey, I need it. He probably be like, this girl don't got on my nerves. He don't say nothing. Cash app be lit, blinging.
Hmm.
Kermit
That's what's up.
Thomas, one of the people showed up. But my cousin Corey, man, when I say 10 toes down, 10 toes down.
Yeah. Yeah. Corey
These
Hart
are
is
my,
big as ever, man.
look, I
Corey
call
Hart is big as ever.
this is my gas station. I can stop at any of these stations and get filled up to take care of what I need to take care of.
There it
So
is.
I got to take care of, make sure my gas stations are replenished and that they know that I love them. Every
Right.
one of them.
So
Love
listen,
them.
September we're gonna do it even bigger. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set a day aside to where we can just try to get some people to talk about sickle cell. Soon as the flyer come out, make sure I get one. Then that way I
For
can post
sure.
it on my page. Isis wants to know what's your page. Isis
It's
I
you.
think this is the one that I think she said her daughter has sickle cell. She has a
Yeah.
child. I don't know if it was a daughter. But yeah, you can definitely check out her page when you see it. It's Yolanda Graves Jefferson. So you can inbox her and holler at her. And so listen, cuz I gotta get ready to go to work.
I know you
I
gotta go
gotta
to work.
figure
I love you so much. Thank
Man,
you.
I
I
love you
was
back.
so upset because I couldn't get on here. I was like, he doing this special podcast for me, and I can't even get on the dang thing. But I thank you
Right.
so much for allowing me to talk about this event. And
Yeah.
Pastor Warren Duncan from Greater Antioch is going to bless and do our prayer for that day. So I'm
There it is.
excited about that young man as well. So it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day of love. It's going to be a great day to really just give homage to, first of all, Mackenzie, her family, and to any sickle cell warrior out there. It's a battle. We're going to battle together. We're going to bring awareness. We're going to have love that day, and we're going to do it big. That's what
There
it's
it
about.
is. Okay. Well, listen, man. Have a blessed day. We
Thank you,
definitely gonna
cuz.
come back. Oh, for sure. You already know. You already know. We in this together. So, listen. When you get the flyer done, make sure you just send me one so I can post it on the page. And then,
Before I got
ISIS, y'all be still. I'm gonna show them the commercial for a little bit, and then look, cuz I'll catch up with you. I usually got Saturdays off, so you know what I mean. I'll
got
catch up with you probably like during the weekend, and we'll talk about it again.
All right. Most definitely love everybody. Blessings. Be safe out there.
All right, love you too. Yeah, so check this out. Everybody, make sure that you stay tuned. September is Sickle Cell Awareness Month, man. And so just like we did like Domestic Violence Awareness Month, we did Mental Health Awareness Month back in May. September, man, I'm reaching out to y'all like written and now. So if you are dealing with sickle cell, or if you have any knowledge or energy about sickle cell, um, like Shorty, Isis, she says she has a child. I'm not for sure that she said a daughter, but somebody, she says she has sickle cell. So listen, pop up, man. You dig what I'm saying? Only thing I gotta do is send you the link, man, and you can pop up, man, and we can rap about this. We can bring awareness to it. Maybe you can even build like new like friends or community people that's dealing with it. Sometimes you need somebody to jump in the car with you so y'all can talk and vent, and two heads is better than one, and four eyes is better than two. That's my motto, man. So I love teammanship. You dig what I'm saying? I love synergy. And so I'm gonna play out a little commercial one more time. I got like about 5 minutes, and I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna show you the commercial, but then my man, I think somebody else wanna holler at y'all in a minute. So listen, check out the commercial, and I will be right back.
Friend, when you don't love your life, and I get it, sometimes it's hard to look at our lives and love it. I know some of us like, Lord, you woke me up this morning, I love that. But sometimes it's hard to look at the disappointment, the heartbreak, the pressure, the infertility, the pain, God. It's hard to love a life that I didn't ask for. I didn't want to be anyone's widow. I didn't want to bury my child. God, this grief, how do I love this life? I want to offer you this piece of hope. I'm not asking you to love your life. I'm loving you to love the life that comes when we are in partnership with Jesus. Because for some crazy reason, Jesus says, I can take your pain, I can take your disappointment, I can take the heartbreak, I can take all the things you love, and I can use them and align them and show them to you in a way that I represent them and I give you something to love again. Friend, just stay in the tension of being obedient to who you're supposed to be in God, obedient to taking care of yourself, obedient to seeing your worth and your value. Sometimes I don't believe it, but I'm going to be obedient to what God says. I don't feel fearfully and wonderfully made, but I'm going to carry myself that way because I want to be obedient to what God says. I want to embody what God says about me, even when it's hard for me to believe it myself, because I'm going to do it by faith. And when I do it by faith, I know that the Redeemer is going to help me walk this thing out.
Now start loving your life. Be comfortable on who you are. If you come from a family right now that's broke, use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage that I was a high school dropout, that I was homeless, that I ate out of trash can. I love dealing with a dude who think because he come from money, he better than me. Let's go. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. Now start loving your life.
Yeah, 1 2 1 2 1 2, baby. How you love that, man? This is Bear from back there, baby, and we in the building, man. Beautiful life, man. Can you dig that, baby? I got a beautiful life, man. My man had to get up and go to work, so he said, "Baby, dig this. Sit down and rap to the people for a minute." I said, "Lay it on 'em, bro." I said, "Dig." I said, what you talking about today, man?" He says, "I was trying to tell these cats to love your life, man. And I said, "Dig, baby." I said, "I got a beautiful life, man. I really do, man. I could take you to the top if you ain't afraid. So I said, "Hey, why don't I sit in here and rap to these cats for a minute? Sit down and rap to them for a taste. I had to lay it on somebody, man. I really I really think the message was so deep, brother. I said, love your life, right? Said you only get one life, man. So you better live it to the fullest, brother. Can you dig that? I see a lot of these cats, man, they be walking around, man, and they be throwing shade and they be throwing hate. And I'm thinking to myself, how do you got that in your heart, man? Who waste their time walking around hating the world? It's too hot to be hating, baby. It's so hot outside, man. If you mad, man, you just a jive turkey, man. It's too hot to be mad, man. Go somewhere and be cool, you dig? Get somewhere where they got some AC and fix your face, You walking around, man, and your face turned upside down, man. You's a clown out here, baby. It's too hot to be mad, you know? You better try to figure out a way to love life, man. And so one of the things that you was talking about, though, I can really dig it, man. Love God. That's one of the first things you do. Man, I try to tell people, man, I said, you gotta have some love for the big man upstairs. Who don't love the big guy upstairs? You know? I was sitting back, man, and I was listening to Yo Rap, man, and it was such a beautiful thing the way that she just kept on, she really laid it on the big guy upstairs. She says that's her support team, man. She don't do nothing without the big guy grace, man. Who does anything without the big guy's grace? The big guy upstairs, man, he could turn the lights out on you just like that, sucker. you know, he could turn the lights out on you just like that, man. And you walking around and you mad and you sad. You did. Who got time to waste, man, on being sad and mad? I really think you cats should take a chill pill, man. When the last time they had chill pills, man? Somebody need to bring them back, man. There's a lot of cats out here that need some chill pills. You did. I don't know, man. But then you gotta love your life, man. You only get one, baby. If you don't love your life, what are you doing with yourself? You're walking around, man. You got to figure out a way to put a smile on your face, baby. You got to get up, get out, and get something. You know, don't waste all your time trying to get high. You gotta, man, go get you a job, man. If listen to me, baby. Make it make sense, man. A lot of you cats can't sell no dope. Y'all just in the way. You're sitting out here, you wasting time, man. As soon as you make a few dollars, man, you go buy a pair of shoes. You go buy you a sack, you go get you a bottle, and you broke again, man. Come on, man. Get out the streets, baby. The streets ain't for you, man. You dig? Why don't you go get you a job? You sitting up, man, you leaning on ladies, you got an old lady and you're just doing her bad. You take her checks and you go support your habits and you support your highs. And it's just like, man, get out of her life, man. You don't mean her no good, bro. You dig what I'm saying? You don't even love your life. Why you want to mess up her life, baby? Why don't you go somewhere, man, and find a cave and hide? You dig? Get out the world, man. What is you even doing in the world? You need to go find you a cave and go somewhere and hide from the rest of society, man. From people that's trying to live, man. You know. And then you gotta love your family, man. You really do. You listen, man. Dig this. If you don't spend time with your kids, you dig. Uh, they're gonna be out here and they're gonna be messing up the rest of the world, man. They be out here causing trouble, man, and you know gang banging and carrying guns and popping pills and all types of. Come on, man. Talk to your kids, man. Tell them to put them phones down, baby. Love your family, man. Sometimes you dig. Y'all really should go back to dinner time. Can you dig that? Remember, man, when families used to have dinner time? People used to sit down and enjoy a meal, man, and keep it real. That's the time of the day, man, when people used to, they really used to rap a taste. You sit down and you get you a meal, you get your hot meal, man, and you sit down and you rap a taste, man. And, whatever's going on in your heart, baby, You lay it down on them, man. You go ahead and you tell somebody about your problems. It's good. Like, remember what Yo was saying? She said, listen, man, she says, I might be the face of this vehicle, but she got so many gas guzzlers, baby, that's feeding into the program because they like family. You feed into each other's life, man, because everybody trying to go somewhere. Is you trying to go somewhere, baby? Or you just standing stuck? Are you in neutral, man? You dig? Maybe you stuck in neutral, man. I don't know. But you gotta have family, man. Then you gotta turn around and you gotta love people, you know. You gotta be one of those people that love people because when you love people, it comes back. That's why, listen, Bear from back there, man, I'm a blast from the past, you dig? And I always try to treat people good because I want good to happen to me. So if I see you and I see you hurting, you dig? Like, dig, I see one of my guys last night at the liquor store. I ain't gonna say his name, but he was like, "Hey, Barry, man, what's up, man? Let me get a few dollars." I said, "Hey, brother, what you plan on doing a few dollars, man?" He said, "Man, I'm trying to get me a drink." At first, I thought, hey, man, I ain't gonna get involved with that. I mean, Bear don't support nobody habits, baby. You dig? You on your own if you're trying to get drunk, you're trying to get high. But listen, so something touched my heart. So, man, don't judge that, man. You dig what I'm saying? The man just asked you for a few dollars. Either you gonna give him a few dollars or you ain't. You dig? So I reached into my pockets, man. I had a few singles. So I laid it on him. Here you go, brother. Take the few singles, man. Do what you gotta do. Ain't up to me, man. The big guy upstairs said, listen, don't worry about what that man going through. He said he just asked you for a few dollars. Do you got it? You gonna give it to him or not? So I said, okay. Since you put it like that, who am I? I can't judge nobody. So whenever the big guy try to tell me something from upstairs, I try to do what he tries to tell me. I just try to be obedient, man. So I reached into my pockets, man. I gave him a few dollars. And what's the moral of the story, baby? Someday I might be going through something, and they might lay it down on me. They might that's gonna come back tenfold. I give him two, 10 to come to me. You dig? That's how that work in the world. So you gotta stop being man. How can anybody put anything in your hand if they always balled up? You gotta let your hands go. You gotta release something so you can receive something. Listen, man, don't take this lightly, man. Because when I come to you, baby, I'm trying to give it to you flat. I'm trying to lay it down to you, man. I got a beautiful life, man. I really do, man. You should really take some hints, man, from what I'm trying to do and from what I'm trying to tell you. Because the only thing I come to do is light up your world. I am. Listen, Jesus says that I am the light of the world, baby. Can you be the light of the world? So I just try to bring a little bit of light to the situation. I mean, like I said, it's too hot to be hating, man. If you hating in the heat, man, you a jive turkey, baby. You need to really go find you something to do, man. If you hating, it's too hot out here and you're out here hating. I feel sorry for you, man. I really feel sorry for you, baby. Get yourself together, man. Get your life together, man. You only get one, baby. Make the most of it, man. Wake up and give it 100%, man. I don't care what's going on in your life. Wake up and give it the most, man. This is Bear from back there, man. And I love y'all, man.